Hello there, and welcome back to another episode of Daily Magic. My name is SlytherinKnight, and I'm so happy you could join me. So today's new daily is to cast 20 blue or green spells, but we're going to be focusing mainly on the green and the red from the last episode. And to do that, we have a new Jund Landfall deck. Now, I found this deck. It was one of the decks that mtgarena zone posts online, like whenever a new set releases. They only had a couple, but I thought this one might be interesting. The only real difference between the two decks is I have 2 copies of Lumra in here, rather than the 4 copies of Titan. I only had 2 copies of Titan currently, and I didn't want to use some wild cards on it when I feel like Lumra might be the better card. Yes, it costs one more mana to get out, but it doesn't have to sacrifice itself after its 3rd turn, so it is what it is. Anyway, as you can expect, Landfall, we have a lot of different creatures that benefit from lands being played. Iridescent Vinelasher, Sabotender, Lumra, and Zell. All of these guys benefit from having lands on the field, playing lands on the field. So, yeah, the main strategy is to eventually have a lot of land in the graveyard. We're playing 26 lands in this deck, and then pull all of those back with like Aftermath Analyst, Lumra, Summon Titan. Yeah, you get the idea. To kind of help get things into the graveyard, we have Molt Tender, Town Greeter, Summon Titan. Yeah, just things away. Ways of milling cards in Aftermath Analyst, ways of milling cards into our grave, so that we can eventually pull them out for some pretty big damage and some pretty big creatures. But yeah, that's the idea of the deck. Let's give it a shot. I'm not really expecting a whole lot, mainly because this will be the first time I've used the deck. I have used a Landfall deck before, a while ago. It was just a pure Golgari. That was pretty similar to this one, actually, but yeah, we'll see how it goes. This is a terrible start. This is better. Starting with Lumra is actually pretty nice. Yeah, starting off with Lumra is actually really nice here. I guess, yeah, I should have played the Mountain, because then I could have played Saboteur and then got the damage for it, so, yeah, that's my bad. Yeah, that's my mistake. Oh, hello, friend. Alright, let's go for a swamp, since I have another forest and mountain. And that's the other thing. A couple sets of lands that play a land, sacrifice it, play another land with like Fabled Passage. Fabled Passage and Escape Tunnel is the idea, so. Only bad thing about decks like this is if you're not getting your cards to mill things, it can be a little annoying. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can play Lumra next turn. That'll actually be pretty good, because I've got just 1 land. And what does Rosa do? Right, lifelink, +1 counter and lifelink. Yeah, that's a little not great. I'll take the hit. Okay, so gonna play this. Gonna go ahead and tap this. That's too bad. Okay, we got a few things there. Another Lumra. I'm gonna hold on to that. Yeah, I can't do anything with the Fabled Passage there because it's tapped, so. Yeah, we'll hold on to that second Lumra. But, yeah. Okay. I'm guessing they have another one. Half the non-god creatures they control rounded down. Interesting. Alright. Start with you. Excellent. Do that for a forest. The bad thing is this guy's indestructible, so the only way to get rid of him is to exile him. Aw. That's unfortunate. I mean, yeah, I don't really think I can do much here. They just have way too much life gain. Yeah, they have way too much life gain. I can't deal enough damage to them fast enough. So we'll let this next turn play out, and then I'll probably just go ahead and concede to, save some time. I mean, I do have some. I don't have anything that can get rid of Zodiark. Oh, and here's a Kaya. Which one is this? Surveil to exile card, or just create. Okay. I go ahead and do that. I'm just gonna. That's 11. Yeah, that's 11. That's. I'm just gonna let it go through. And let's see, what do we get? Yeah, Aerith is a fun card. Oh, we got another Sabotender. That's fine. We'll play that. Good game. And concede. Yeah, there was nothing I could pull that would end up saving me. So, it is what it is. Definitely not how I would have liked that to have gone, but it's okay. Like I said, we didn't get a whole lot of land into our grave that time. We pulled a lot of our land instead of milling it. So that can happen. That is one of the pitfalls that's one of the problems with decks like this, is that if you're getting your land, that's a problem. You don't want your land. You want your land in the grave. But it can't always be helped. This is a little unfortunate because I'm not starting with any black to play Vinelasher with. That would have been really nice, but nothing. Though it looks like they would have probably just killed my card. Yeah. Darn. Expected. Expected, but unfortunate. Go ahead and do this for some red. Sephiroth. Haven't seen this yet. Yeah, I haven't gotten to see this yet. Yeah, definitely a deck that says I'm gonna punish my opponent whenever stuff dies. Oh, he gets to deal damage to a player, or to a creature. I didn't know that. Jeez. Nice combo. I like it. What's Vincent's thing? Holy crap, that's awesome. Okay. Sadly, there's really not a whole lot I can do here. I can go for the throat to take out like Sephiroth or something. Ah. That's unfortunate. Where does Zodiark come from? Yeah, I know. Oh, sorry. Nice. Yeah, there's no reason to sacrifice it. And then that transforms. We're gonna look at these. Yeah, we're gonna look at these cards just for a second, because that's where I'm gonna wrap the matches for today. All right, Vincent Valentine. We read what he does. Whenever a creature an opponent controls dies, put a number of +1/+1 counters on Vincent Valentine equal to that creature's power. Whenever Vincent Valentine attacks, you may transform it. Okay. The Galleon Beast, trample, lifelink. Whenever Galleon Beast dies, return it to the battlefield tapped, front face up. Gotcha. That's fun. So fun. And then obviously Sephiroth, and then Zodiark. Okay. Joy. So this is an interesting idea for a mono black deck, though. One that punishes your opponent. That have, creatures have effects that when they die, something triggers, like these two, or whenever you gain life, your opponent loses life, which is, when are they gaining life, though? With Sephiroth, whenever another creature dies, target opponent loses 1, you gain 1. So yeah, it hinges on Sephiroth. But that's not bad. And then Zodiark, Umbral God. Each player sacrifices half the non-god creatures they control of their choice rounded down. So so you do have to sacrifice your own stuff, but because non-god left them with 3 rounded down, they only have to get rid of 1. Gotcha. Okay, that's interesting. I'm gonna have to look into this. I don't really know. I would assume, like, for the rest of the black, just like, yeah, Bitter Triumph, go for the throat, kill spells. Something to look into. But yeah, unfortunately, that's going to do it for the matches for today. So, even though we lost, if you enjoyed this episode, which I do sincerely hope you did, please feel free to hit that thumbs up button down below. And if you happen to be new to the channel, hello, welcome, and please do consider subscribing. And to stay up to date for whenever new content is released, don't forget to hit that bell icon after you subscribe. But other than that, thank you so much for watching. I really, really do appreciate it. And I will see you all next time.